Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Rick, also known as Lux Lumen, and today I want to show you guys a video I did years back from one of my older YouTube channels, which never went too far at all. I stopped focusing on that channel. Anyways, the video is going to be on making a magnetic mixer for mixing e-liquids for vaping and stuff like that. I'm a vapor. I smoked cigarettes for 22 years. Quit that 5 years ago. Started vaping 5 years ago. And now I still vape. It's more of a convenience flavor thing, a habit kind of thing. But whenever I am stressed out, I jump to my vape, and it does actually help to calm me down because there is a little bit of nicotine in there. Right now I'm at like 1.5 milligrams of nicotine. But anyways, yesterday I was at my local Wild Bill's shop, and they just finally opened back up because of the pandemic that's been going on, throughout the country, throughout the world, basically. Our governor shut down all smoke shops that sell e-liquid and cigarettes. Now they're allowed to be back open again, with obviously the proper precautions for safety and stuff like that, wear masks and all that stuff. Anyhow, customers that were coming in there were happy that they finally opened back up and they're able to buy their juice. It's already been pre-mixed, already in the bottle and stuff like that, because some of them have actually purchased things to make their own juice, and some people are making their own juice. But they're complaining about the steep times, how long they have to wait, the flavor doesn't taste right, stuff like that. So what they're doing is they're mixing their stuff into little bottles. They're giving it the old shake, 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 and letting it sit for like a half hour or something like that, and then start vaping on it. And really you have to let it sit for at least anywhere from 5 days to 14 days for it to steep, to get the flavor out properly, everything mixes good, if you're doing the old shake, shake, shake thing. However, the magnetic mixer will help mix everything a lot more thorough on mixing it, and brings out the flavor. Everything kind of combines to what it is, and it dramatically drops down your steep time. So you can do a mix and vape right away with pretty much every vape juice that you make, depending on what type of friggin' ingredients you have in there. Some of their flavors, like the creams, will have to give you a couple of days more longer for steep time, stuff like that. However, using the magnetic mixer to mix up your juice will dramatically cut down the steep time. So we're going to jump right into the video, show you guys what I used. I don't show the actual build, but I do show after the build and where I put everything in order for it to work, and the parts I bought. Then I also show a quick mix to show you guys how it works. So let's just jump right into that right now. Hey everyone, Code Vape here from eliquidrecipes.com. What you're seeing here is my new DIY contraption. I'm going to make myself a magnetic e-juice mixer. What I got here is a cigar box from my local Wild Bill's. It's not a Favoritations box, I just put that logo on there. This box itself is roughly 3.5 inches deep, almost 4 inches. It is 6 3/4 this way, and then 6.5 this way. So we got plenty of room for the fan to mount to the top here, to the underside of the box, and able to put, the switches and all that stuff in there. What I got here is I got a plug from my modem, one of my internet modems. Don't use it no more. Just a regular 12-volt plug. I just cut the end off. Also pulled the wires apart a little bit and cut off roughly 5 inches of the power wire, which I'm going to jump the power wire from, once I hook the switch up, or hook up this plug to my push button on-off switch. I have to jump from the on-off switch over to my rheostat, so that's why I cut that extra 5 inches off, so I can jump back and forth to those. The fan right here I got out of a old Dell desktop computer from work. They didn't need it no more. They were throwing it out and they were pitching it, so I grabbed it. What I have on here is I have these two magnets here. These are just really small silver magnet. I think they're like a rare earth magnet. They're very powerful. I mean, they're hard to pull apart when they're next to each other. It was a pain in the butt just to have them to stay that far apart. So I had to glue them, in which I thought the glue was dry. Apparently it wasn't. So when I tested them out, I hooked this up to the power cord. Got it going, and the glue just shot down the sides right here on the fan blades. I tried wiping off whatever I could. whatever's there now is staying, I guess. That stuff's a pain in the ass to get off. So anyways, this rheostat switch right here, got it from Radio Shack, along with the knob. You have to buy it separately, which is kind of dumb, and the push button switch. So what I the total for these 3 items out the door at Radio Shack was $10.04, which isn't bad at all. That's the only thing I had to purchase for this, besides my 100 ml beaker, and I got some 1-inch stir sticks coming. The magnetic stir bar is coming. Hopefully they're not too big for that. I guess if I start off a little bit higher at first, with the VG, you know, being so thick, and slowly as it starts to warm up with the friction and stuff like that, it'll thin out, and I'll be able to just adjust it with the rheostat, adjust it down to where it's, you know, probably on its lowest setting, just spinning there for a while. Anyways, back to the rheostat. When hooking this up, this is the main power wire going into the rheostat. This is the receiving end of the rheostat, which has to go to your fan. That's the only one that's going to be adjusting the speed for your fan. This wire right here, and this prong right here, is a constant power going out. It's non-adjustable, so you can't adjust it at all. But which I had a good idea was, if you guys were to build a box of yourself out of like a frosted plexiglass, and you want to put LED lights inside of it or something like that, and you want to power the lights too, you can power it off this rheostat switch, using that constant power prong right here, which is the first one. Again, the middle one is the receiving end for the fan, which is adjusted by the rheostat, and this one right here is the actual power going to it. What I'm going to do is obviously mount the fan to the underside of this box. Since I can't show you the distance from underside, I'm going to show you from the top side here. Hopefully you guys will be able to see the distance between the magnets and the actual box. It's exactly 1/8 of an inch, which should be great, because this top of this lid of this box right here is only 1/8 of an inch, also thick. 1/8, maybe 3/16 at the max. So it should pull pretty good through the glass, through the magnets, everything else. These things are pretty powerful. I mean, I couldn't even pull them apart. I had to, you know, grip them as tight as I could. Them being so small, also I had to grip them as tight as I could and kind of slide and pull at the same time just to get them apart. They're pretty powerful magnets. So what you're going to need to do this is an on-off switch. You're going to need obviously the knob for the rheostat. If you can buy a rheostat with a knob, that's even better. You're going to need a fan from a computer. You're also going to need a 12-volt power supply, I guess. And you're going to need a drill bit set and a drill. And that's pretty much it. You can use hot glue gun, or you can use crazy glue. I don't have a hot glue gun, so I'm going to use that crazy glue gel. I'm just going to mount the power switch right here. I'm going to mount the rheostat right here, try to even them up so they're nice and level with each other. Once I get this stuff all done and put together, I don't have time to, you know, record the whole process of me putting it all together. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put it all together, and show you guys how I wired it, and show you how it works. So I'll give you a step-by-step of the wiring inside there, where I put everything placement wise. There's enough clearance between this and the switch, so there's no problem at all. There's going to be no interference of them touching each other. I mean, this lid closes nice and tight. There's no, you know, bounce back on it, so everything should work flawlessly, hopefully. I've already tested the rheostat. I mean, it works perfectly. The fan spins low on low speed and slowly climbs as you turn it up, so everything should work right. Hopefully my magnets will be here tomorrow, which is when I'll have it. That's some 100 ml beaker just chilling on top of there. So hopefully the magnets aren't too big and everything mixes the way it should mix. So the next video is coming up right now. Okay, here's the box all finished. In the first video I said I was going to put the power switch here and the rheostat here. After thinking about it, this thing moves too much, so I decided just to put it on top, just like that. Control it this way. That way, if I, you know, want to push this thing on here, I'm not paying attention. This way, I don't spill the juice, stuff like that. So power button's here, rheostat is here. Let me open this up really quick. Let's see if I can lean it up against that. Okay, this is how I wired it. Power switch is here, rheostat's there. Here's the fan. I drilled a hole to allow the power cord to come through. Once I did that, I ran the power cord, the power itself, to the switch right here, and then jumped the power from the switch to the rheostat, this is the main power coming into the rheostat right here. This is the rheostat control going out to the fan, and this is actually a constant power. So like I said before, I'm going to make another box out of plexiglass, get some of that frosted look vinyl, put it over top of it, and run LEDs off of this rheostat switch. So when I turn it on, you know, it'll light up nice and blue or purple or whatever color I want to go. Good spot to keep all your bars in here, stuff like that. I drilled holes. When I close this lid, these holes right here are in the lid and on the very bottom. This thing is actually pulling air and pushing it to the bottom, so I thought I'd put the airflow for the fan up here. That way it doesn't choke the fan and slow it down. I actually tested it, and it actually helped with the holes as opposed to not having the holes at all. It's just sped up a little bit faster. So let me see. Let me get a magnet really quick. See how fast that thing just rolled right over there? So I just drop it there and boom, go straight to it. Right now I got a mix right here that I just mixed up, and we'll run that through. It's my, I don't know if you guys can read that, my Waterberry Dum Dum mix. Tastes just like a Swedish fish, or a Sour Patch Kid without the sour. So let me put this on here again real quick, just so you guys can see that it, you know, it just spins just like that. Let me open this up, slide this inside, just like that. Now this mix right here is an 85 VG, 15 PG, so it may take a little bit to get it going, but it's still, I mean, it works. You see everything mixing up slowly but surely. A small little swirl right there, where everything's mixing to the center, and it's slowly pulling down. I don't know if you can see that vortex. It's not really a vortex, but it is. It's right there. It's almost going away. So you have to start off slow with this. Like I said, if I crank it up, watch, it'll just lose itself. Oh, maybe it won't. But normally it'll lose itself, and yep, see, there we go. So once this thing picks up heat, you know, the juice gets a little bit thinner. There we go. Once the juice gets a little bit thinner, mixing everything together properly. See, everything just feel little swirls going right towards the middle there. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to turn it up to halfway, see if I can get it to go and stay. Hopefully it'll stay. Then eventually I just slowly turn it up in about another 10 minutes or so. I turn it up to 3/4, and then another 10 minutes after that, turn it up to high. Let it go until I get some, like, lots of bubbles. So all this clear will be gone, it'll just be full of bubbles. Right now those bubbles right there are from me dropping the magnet inside. So I mean, it works. Just straight up, just off on. Don't have to worry about me flipping the mix, stuff like that. Now if I would have put it back, if I would have put it right here, I would have got to push the, when I went to push the button, I would have just pushed the whole thing. So just like this, boom, click it on, let it do its thing. Run for about, like I said, about 10 or 15 minutes on medium. I'm gonna go 10 to 15, or about 10 minutes after that, 15 minutes after that, I'll go to 3/4, and then I will switch it to full, let that run for another 15 minutes to a half hour. So a total of an hour of mixing. And it mixes everything completely thoroughly, pretty much eliminates steeping in itself. Some heavy creams, like I said, heavy creams or any heavy custards, you may want to still steep for maybe 4 days to a week, if that. But it pretty much gets rid of everything. So that's the finished product. It works. Thanks for watching.